What's up, guys? Zeenigami here, and let's go through Adventure Map or Treasure Map Ace on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. So this right here, this map that I just have gone through is actually the brand new secret map that exists in Treasure Map. This shows up once every few times. If you get it, you'll know because there's like a lot of points and a lot of treasure chests. And the big thing about this one is that not only will you get to fight all the mini-bosses, but the chests, if you're in East Blue, gives you Princess Turtles. If you're in the Grand Line tier, it gives you the medium-level crystals for limit breaking. But if you're in the New World tier, you're going to get either orbs or tablets. So I've already gotten one tablet from here. You want to get you're really hoping you get lots and lots of very low rolls for... Come on, give me one more tablet before we get out of here. More orbs. Oh, we've gotten a lot of orbs, and I got already a tablet on this map. So this map is really good. Also, basically allows you to get your 2x attack boost and no debuffs on this map. So it's an amazing map, a secret map. One thing that I actually recommend doing... Oh, you get... Yeah, crystals or... Oh, you also can get orbs on Grand Line. Okay, you can get crystals or orbs on Grand Line. And New World is orbs or tablets. One thing that I am suggesting or potentially suggesting doing is after you get your 1 million points and you finish off your ace, if you're not going for those top points in the ranking, is starting a new map. And if you don't have the secret map, just let yourself quit and fail. You'll lose your stamina will reset to 0, and you'll also drop your treasure map level. But since you don't need points anymore, your treasure map level isn't really going to matter. So you can just let yourself drop, and if go again, see if you get the secret stage. If not, drop. Go again, see if you get the secret stage, drop. Because getting those tablets is way better than getting those like top tier points, and it's gonna be a lot easier than grinding out for those top tier points. So, remember you want to build characters with boosted points. The high boosted points this time are the new Blackbeard and the new Thatch. Also, Frankie, Gear 4 Luffy, and Doflamingo are boosted highly as well. So these are going to be the teams that I'm using. Use whatever teams you want to use. If you're in the East Blue tier, remember that it is very, very easy. So you can basically just use any characters that glow yellow and kind of work together. If you're in Grand Line, you're going to need to use some decent teams, but if you're in New World, for a while, you can just use a bunch of yellow characters, but eventually you're going to want to swap out characters for better ones. For example, on this team, basically, I started with Blackbeard, and I'm just using characters that work with Blackbeard Captain. All these characters have basically no synergy together. Besides that, we have Blackbeard here. On my Gear 4 Luffy team, I have Gear 4 Luffy, Gear 4 Luffy, and then just a bunch of Free Spirit and Fighter teams. Free Spirit and Powerhouse teams, or characters. Double Rayleigh with just Cerebrals and Slashers. Cavendish with Driven team kind of works well, and the team that we're going to go over with Ace later on is something that works pretty well, and it'll last me at least until probably level 15 when I need to swap out a character or two, and that should take me all the way to 25, and then 30 runs is what you expect to have to do in order to get your ace maxed out. So all these early runs, remember that every time you finish a map, it's going to increase the treasure map level, and with the increased level, you're going to get increased health, increased attack damage from the bosses. The mini-bosses / units around them don't go up in health, so if you're fighting fodder units, expect those to take the same amount of attacks. And also, I have 2x attacks, so my attacks will be much higher here. I should be able to, since it's so early on and I have 2x attacks, just attack my way without having to use any specials. But we are going to talk about what everybody does. So with Whitey Bay is going to have a lot of barriers. They're going to have the extra health barriers for herself and all the fodder units around her. You don't have to use a double Blackbeard team for Whitey Bay. Only reason I'm using double Blackbeard team here is because it just kind of defaulted there with everything else. The big dangerous stage is probably Jimei. Jimei has some of the highest health of the bosses, and Jimei also does really bad things below 20%. So if you're looking for one of these bosses to make your stacked team, your team that's better than the others, Jinbei's probably going to be that one. There you go, Whitey Bay's dead. All Whitey Bay does is has that extra health damage barrier. She will also resummon enemies that will die if enemies die. So she will revive all enemies once. And she will boost attack for 3 turns on that first turn. So nothing too difficult there yet. Next one is going to be Oars. Oars is probably the most mechanically simple of all the bosses you're going to be fighting. Oars is, just like he is on his Coliseum, a big strength character, and that's it. So we're going to be using a double Gear 4 Luffy team. Remember, Gear 4 does have additional points. Chat is confirming that you can reset the map over and over and over again until you find the secret map. You will lose your stamina and you will lose treasure map levels. But like I said, do this after you get your 1 million points, after you get your ace, and you still have extra time to kill. Then just go ahead and keep restarting until you find that secret map, and then farm the secret map for those tablets, hopefully. That's going to be really, really good for anyone who's in New World. Or if you want Princess Turtles in East Blue, or if you want more limit breaking materials in Grand Line and such. So with Oars is going to start off with 250,000 hit points, which is going to go up. Like I said, you can expect to do at least 30 runs to max out your ace. So at 30 runs, Oars is going to be a just under 3 million hit point character. Just like his Coliseum stage, he's going to attack every 3 turns, and he's going to attack for 10,000 damage, then up to 30,000 damage, depending on what level he's at. For example, right now he's going to start at 10,000, and then on level 30 he's going to do 27,000 damage with a single attack. And he has debuff protection. But that's it. That's all Oars is. He's just very big health, attacks in 3 turns, so whatever team you use, you just want to kill him over 3 turns. So for a while, I'm actually going to be able to just use Gear 4 Luffy special in order to kill him. And then, especially now that my attack's boosted, Gear 4 Luffy actually would just straight up kill him. Also, he's at 20% health because of the earlier stage. In fact, let me just use Gear 4 Luffy to kill him. The Oars, if you hit him on the earlier stage, dropping his health so much makes him probably the easiest boss fight, since dropping him from 3 million hit points all the way down to maybe like 500,000 hit points makes him way easier. It's still easily one-shottable with a single Gear 4 Luffy special and nothing else to attack. So with Gear 4 Luffy, that team that I did, once again, is just stacking a bunch of free spirit and powerhouse characters on there. Just some bad ones, some Fortnite characters, some characters I wouldn't be using otherwise. Then we have Squad. Another reminder is you don't have to fight them in this order. Like, you don't have to fight 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do it anywhere like that. Also, an additional tip, you can exit out here and you won't lose your treasure map level. Normally, if you fail, if you like die on a stage or exit out in the middle of the map, then you'll lose levels on your treasure map. But if you exit out here after you've beaten a boss, then you will not lose your treasure map level. Like, if you just can't beat that ace, or if you got a bad debuff, like if you got attack down debuff and you just can't do it, beat one of the easier bosses or beat the despaired bosses, and then you can quit using this button and you should be able to save your treasure map levels. We're going to be using Rayleigh against Squad. Squad has a bunch of Dex characters. We also are going to be bringing Fortnite to Shiki? Fortnite Viola. We're going to be bringing Fortnite Viola because Squad is going to make our primary color orbs count as badly matching. So if you use Viola special, she'll give you all recovery and tandem orbs, so that way you have all neutral orbs for your attack. He starts at 260,000 hit points. At level 30, he's going to be 1.6 million hit points, so still not too much. You can easily do 1.6 million with just auto attacks or a single special from Rayleigh. Remember, if you are using Rayleigh special, that he will shuffle your orbs, so use Rayleigh first and then use Viola afterwards to get rid of your orbs and make them all tandem and recovery orbs. That way they're all neutral. Shiki special deals AoE damage and will be able to kill the fodder units around Squad, assuming you're stalling up until then. If you still can't kill your Shiki special, then you can use Mihawk and then Shiki special. And Lola is here just because she is a slasher character. So just a bunch of slashers and cerebrals on the Rayleigh team. Boom, boom, doo-doo. Squad will also lower your team's attack preemptively. Let's see what we get in there. So we fought him earlier. He's going to lower our attack. He's going to make primary color orbs count as badly matching. So if you're bursting, you can use Viola to get rid of orbs and move those around. Or not move them around, just to get rid of your other orbs. I'm just going to attack him here because I can. Not caring about these attacks at all. Oh no, a little bit of damage. I'm so worried. So far, none of these bosses do anything based off of their health. The one that does base off their health is the Jimei, and Jimei is not only one of the harder ones, but Jimei also has mini-bosses, which is strange. So Jimei is actually going to have a mini-boss on Stage 3 and on Stage 4. We're going to have Mr. 3 and we're going to have Mr. 0. Good old crocodiles. Or otherwise known in the super cool culture as Luffy's mother. So we're using a driven team here. And driven team with Cavendish captain, so good because Cavendish already is your orb booster and type booster. Kid is also nice because he cuts health by 20%, so as Jinbei's health gets higher, we can use Kid to cut health. You can also use Dofi to burst, either by bursting on Stage 4, or by attacking all the units around Jinbei and then using Dofi special to help you burst down Jinbei himself, because the units around Jinbei do have much lower health than Jinbei himself. Jinbei will prevent debuff and below 20% blow away 3 characters. Now, a big reason why we want to use Corazon here... not Corazon. Cavendish. Sorry, wrong C. The big reason about why we want to use Cavendish is because on Stage 3, when we kill Mr. 3, he is going to boost our attack and orbs for 99 turns. So Cavendish is going to be able to get rid of that attack and orb boost. It's not a very big attack and orb boost, so being able to get rid of it is going to increase your damage whenever you do want to do your burst turns. So here's Mr. 3. I actually have no idea what he does whenever he attacks because his health is so low that you're just going to kill him anyways. Like, you're basically not going to leave him alive. He boosts your attack and your orbs whenever he dies for 99 turns. But if you're not stalling, then having that attack or orb boost is actually nice. Croc! Hello, Croc. He's going to shuffle our orbs. And here, if you want to, you can use an orb shuffler, orb manipulator, and then use Cavendish to boost your attack and boost your orbs. Remember, if you use Cavendish to boost orbs, he'll also boost your G orbs. Now, you don't need to have like 3 Dex characters like I have to get your higher attack from the Cavendish, although starting off with those 3 attacks and then ending on the other ones does give you a higher attack boost with the Cavendish, which is nice. And then you can put like a strength character in one here if you want to burst on Stage 4 and then use Croc to finish off Jinbei. Jinbei below 20% will blow away 3 random characters, and it's not until his below 20%, so it's not that threatening. And he'll attack every turn for 5,000 damage. At level 30, he's going to have 2.4 million hit points and attack every turn for 13,000 damage. So Jinbei does start getting pretty bulky, and he does start hitting pretty hard. So Jinbei, definitely, if you have a stage that you're worried about, if you have a team that's better than the others, your second best team, you want to use it on Jinbei. But of course, your best team, you want to use for Ace. Ace, 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 ace. He's going to have a Stage 4 and a Stage 5. We're going to be using a Blue Zoro, because Blue Zoro is a 2.25 times attack booster. A bunch of blue characters that all have a primary class, because we're going to be using a Legend Furenki Friend Captain. That's my Legend Furenki. Unfortunately, I don't have many Legend Frankies, so I'm going to have to restart soon to get more of them. But Legend Frankie. And Regiment Frankie is going to be nice because we're going to have a lot of fodder units on stage 4 and on stage 5. If you're not worried about stalling, you actually can use Frankie, for example, like on stage 1. Don't forget that characters will have different types of attack when you attack with Frankie, depending on what class they are. With Legend Frankie, if they're a shooter character, they're going to deal 75% damage to the main target and 30% damage to all other characters. If you're using a slasher character, they're going to deal full damage to the main target and 50% damage to all other characters. No, I think it's 50% damage to characters in a line. If you're using a striker character, they're going to deal 50% damage to all characters. Yeah, if you're doing a fighter character, then it will boost your attack by 1.25 times, but only to the single target. So Frankie's a pretty neat legend with a pretty cool captain ability. Really like him. So on stage 4, Ace is going to lock target on himself, but not much more. If you want to, you can once again use Frankie here, but I find that it's not very... at least for now, Ace isn't really threatening. I can easily get through with a single auto attack without using any specials. You can use Killer to manipulate your orbs if you want to. You can use Zoro to also deal damage to somebody. Thanks, Zoro. We're going to be saving our Kinemon as an orb manipulator later on. Because on Ace, he is going to always blank, blank, blank these 3 orbs, and then give block, block, block. So blank, 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 block, block, block every single time. Take your first turn, just attack the units around Ace. Kill off whatever is there. I didn't think that would work. And then we will transform with Frankie. Boost our attack with Frankie. Use Kinemon to... oh, we already have 3 matching orbs. Never mind. Perfect matching orbs. If you don't have matching orbs there, use Kinemon in that spot to get 3 matching orbs. And then attack. Don't forget that some characters are actually going to have lower attack against a single target. Like, Frankie is actually going to have lower attack. But Frankie's stats are also boosted slightly thanks to Treasure Map. And that's it. That's every fight. Once again, these fights are on the early stages of the new world. If you're in Grand Line, your later stage is going to be maybe as hard as this. And that this is going to get harder and harder for higher and higher Grand Line levels. Ace himself is a strength free spirit fighter. His captain action, once fully limit broken, if you have red, blue, and yellow characters on your team, then he'll boost the attack of red, blue, and yellow by 3.44. And if they have he'll boost attack by 3.44 if they have a strength orb, and boost attack by 2.75 times otherwise. And he boosts health and recovery of red, blue, and yellow characters by 1.2 times. His special ability, let's just go to Ace. Ace's special ability makes him so good for Akainu especially. Oh, Ace and Akainu, best of friends. His special ability changes all orbs, including block orbs, into strength orbs, and boosts the attack of red, blue, and yellow characters by 1.75 times for 1 turn. And if your character is a free spirit character, he will also make strength orbs count as beneficial for red, blue, and yellow characters. So if he's your captain for free spirit, for red, blue, and yellow characters, he's going to make strength orbs count as beneficial, so he's going to give a ton of matching orbs. Otherwise, he's full strength orbs, so he's going to work great on an Akainu team. Or friend Akainu with your Ace, that way Ace himself will make red, blue, and yellow characters get strength orbs count as beneficial. So good stuff. Guys, I've been Zeenigami. Good luck with the grind. Thank you so much for watching. And y'all stay beautiful.